Hello and welcome to the LinkedIn Confident Connector portion where we talk about searching tips. I know you're excited and I hope you are as excited as I am because this is the portion where we actually start finding these specific VIPs and we start filtering out the folks that probably can't help us very much and start talking with the folks that are more likely to connect with us. And this is really important because it's going to take advantage of this idea that we've talked about way in the past in one of our early videos, which is going to be compounding exponential connections, right? And you're going to see in just a few minutes why it was important that you started connecting with these initial people when LinkedIn asks you to import all your contacts. This is why it's important, and we're going to start talking about that. Okay? So let's start searching on LinkedIn. So I'm going to go over to my personal LinkedIn, which is open here. And LinkedIn has made it super easy now to where we can just go up to the search bar and start typing. So I'm going to start typing the info for my persona. And I'm clicking on people with that job title of marketing manager. Now, what you want to start doing on LinkedIn where you're searching is just 4 different things, okay? First, you're going to want to make sure that you are on the people tab because LinkedIn, when you start searching, it doesn't necessarily know what you're searching for sometimes, and you just have to make sure you're clicked on people instead of the rest of these other tabs. So just make sure you're clicked on people, and then you want to click on second for connections. So these are going to be people with whom you share a connection. All right? So you're going to click second, and it's going to refresh there and show you some folks that match your criteria and are second connections. Next, you want to make sure this is filtered by your local area. So let's click on locations. Okay? And now Greater Denver is going to be one of my local areas. So I'm going to click on Greater Denver and I'll get filtered some more. After that, you want to make sure that these people are in the sort of industries that you're wanting to be in, okay? My search is going to be more general, so I don't really need specific industries, but keep that in mind. If you're trying to get into something that's industrial or manufacturing, make sure you click that. We have all these options here under industries, which makes it super easy to get specifically the folks you want. Also, sometimes you may want to get in touch with folks that are at specific companies. Click on current companies and go ahead and do that. But for my purposes, I'm not really needing that. All right. And one more thing, as we're doing searches for specific folks on LinkedIn, don't be afraid to reach for higher VIPs. And what that means is if you're searching for marketing managers and you end up finding folks that you could connect with who are vice presidents of marketing, please don't feel intimidated about reaching out to these people in a similar way. A lot of times they have similar struggles as the people who are just under them in position. So for example, I can refer to my story. I actually started connecting with marketing managers, and that was my main goal when I was hanging out in that hotel, in that Roach Motel, just feeling bad and everything. I was connecting with marketing managers, and eventually I got this idea. I said, hey, why not start connecting with vice presidents of marketing at different companies. And I promise you, one of the first times I did that, one of the people turned around and said, "Hey, I have this position I think would be very great for you in marketing." And the rest was history. It was really great, and stuff happened a lot faster because people in higher up positions have different powers and also different abilities that other folks don't have. So don't be scared away from connecting with folks that just may be a little bit higher than you were aiming for. Hey, you know what they say? Aim for the moon and you just might hit an eagle. All right. So don't feel intimidated about reaching out to folks a little bit higher up the food chain. You just may be surprised at what you get in return. Okay? Now we have really just worked through so much together. You have finally reached the halfway point because this is the end of the module. Congratulations, you've made it halfway there. I mean, can you believe it? Look at all the stuff we've worked through. We've worked through how to make a perfect profile to get you seen, and now we've just worked through actually what it takes to start connecting with these people on LinkedIn, right? You're finding the right folks to connect with on LinkedIn because you've done the work. And now you're able to filter out the specific sort of folks you want to connect with. And coming up in the next section, we will talk about messaging. Finally, in our next module, we will talk about messaging, which is the meat of our strategy. This is super awesome and the most exciting portion that we'll be talking about in this whole LinkedIn Confident Connector program. All right. So again, work on this worksheet that is attached with this part of the module, and I will see you in the next module where we talk about messaging. See you then.